Welcome to Secrets of Wholesaling Properties in Real Estate. Trade information, make money. Wholesaling is a special niche in real estate. Probably a lot of you taking this course right now are familiar with the basic premise of wholesaling, but a lot of people who haven't been successful at it or haven't actually done it but only read about it misunderstand the business model. Essentially, we are trading information, we are trading a contract, and we're getting paid for it. We are not taking risks like a regular real estate investor does. We are in a sales activity. We are using our time and our energy and our skills, but we are not taking any risks like other real estate investors are. We don't have to risk any money at all in many cases. In some cases, in order to do the marketing that is necessary to reach the motivated sellers that we'll be talking about in the course that we need to reach, we need to spend some money, but it's not very much at all, especially compared to other real estate investing niches. So in this business, we make money, as I said, by either trading information or by selling a contract that we have with a seller. We are selling ourselves. We're selling an offer to the seller, and then we're reselling that deal to another investor, to a buyer. And if you get really good at this, and especially once you build up your buyers list and you build up your list of motivated sellers and how to find the motivated sellers, which I'm going to teach you how to do in the class, once you get really good at doing this, the business is one of the best ways to make money that you can be in real estate. It gets easier and easier as you go along, but it is one of the harder ways to start, right? In real estate, it's pretty easy to just buy a rental property and get some cash flow going. It's even relatively easy to get into a property that you want to flip, in the sense that there are a lot of ways to acquire properties. It's not easy to make a lot of money doing that. You really have to be good at it and know what you're doing. But in wholesaling, it's harder to start, but you get to a place eventually where it's the easiest way to make money in the business. And I'll explain what I mean by that as we go through the lesson. So the business model, for those of you who are not as familiar with it, is that we find properties that are owned by motivated sellers. Then we sell either the contract on the property once we convince the seller to sell to us, or the basic property info to another buyer, which is called bird dogging. And we're going to talk about that as well. You can basically find a property that is a good candidate for sale, find a really motivated seller, and just go to another investor and say, hey, I found a hot property, and they'll pay you anywhere from $500 to a couple grand just for that information, even without having a deal on there. So it's another way to make money in the business, and it's one of the easiest ways to make money in the business. So motivated sellers, right, are those that have some reason why they want to get out from under their property. Usually it's financial. It can also be because of a divorce or another distressing situation. It could be because they inherited the property, and I've got a whole course on probate real estate, which is kind of my specialty. I've made the most money in real estate in that particular niche, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But you want to find motivated sellers, and once you get good at this activity, finding motivated sellers, getting good at talking to them, which I spend a lot of time in this course about how to talk to motivated sellers, that's really the skill that adds value that a lot of real estate investors don't know how to do, don't like doing, and a lot of rehabbers that like to actually flip the properties, they're grateful to us wholesalers, if we bring them a good deal, because they don't have to do all the legwork that we are doing, but they are taking all the financial risk. So when you get good at this activity, it's one of the best ways to start out investing in real estate, and it's the way that costs the least amount of money. So primarily in wholesaling, we are not in the business of investing, even though we call ourselves real estate investors. We are in the business of selling. So we are networking, we're selling, and we're trading information. That's what we are doing. And the great thing about it is that anybody can do this. You don't have to have a college degree. You don't have to be a genius. You have to be a people person. You have to understand psychology, and you have to understand sales. And if you understand those things, you can be a successful wholesaler. Okay? A rehabber is an investor. A wholesaler is a salesman. Okay. Again, you're selling your offer to the motivated seller because you want to get them to sell you their house at a big discount. That's what real estate investing is all about. And that's why we contact these motivated or distressed sellers. You sell yourself so they'll trust you. You sell the deal to make it sound really convenient and for them to get quick cash, which of course is true. That's what we are providing for them. And those are the talking points. And we're going to emphasize that again and again throughout this course. You're going to have objections from these sellers. They're always going to want to get more money. They may not want to sell to you at first. They may not trust you at first. But of course, we have ways to overcome all of that. And once you get good at that, you can really have sort of a canned response to all of their objections, or a prepared, answer to all of their concerns. We get really, really good at delivering those quickly and smoothly, and you become a really, really good salesman in this niche, both talking to the sellers and then talking to the buyers, the other investors that will buy your deals. And of course, once you have a big buyers list and you've networked a lot in your area or in a number of areas, then you get to a point where all you're basically doing is you're getting a hot lead, or you're getting a contract with a seller, and then you just email it out to your buyers list, call some people that you know that are always looking for a good property, and you make a deal within minutes. That's where you can get to in this business, and that's when it becomes really fun and easy. So one of our primary activities is to be persuasive. That's what we're doing. If you're a good salesman, this is the area for you to be working in. If you're not a natural salesman, or you don't like sales activities, then you're probably a better fit for the other investing activities in real estate. Finding other ways to acquire properties, whether through a realtor or through REOs, which is a way to get foreclosed properties from the bank, or other methods. There's lots of ways. That's one of the great things about real estate, of course. There's a million different ways to make money. There's a way for every different personality type, and it's a good fit for you depending on the niche. So this is a niche that's good for salespeople. You want to read books on sales. You want to study sales. There's a Udemy course called Become a Master of Sales Psychology. That's one of my courses that is very, very helpful to you to understand, not only how to sell and how buyers think, but in the 21st century, where we are totally bombarded by marketing and by messages from companies, we're totally awash in it. We have become very, very resistant to sales pitches. Nobody wants to be sold to. Nobody wants to feel like they're being manipulated. So the way to sell now is different than it used to be. The psychology of the consumer is different, especially a motivated seller. So we have to know how to approach this type of a person. We're going to talk about that a lot in this course, specifically motivated sellers, but it would behoove you to also study some general sales stuff, and the sales psychology course is a good one. There's a famous book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You may have heard of it. It's been around for like 100 years. Actually, I think it was written in the 1930s. And it's famous for a reason. It's considered to be one of the greatest books that every salesperson should read. It's just very basic stuff, but we forget about it. It's just basic psychology, how to get people to like you. And of course, it sounds manipulative, how to get people to like you. But one of the basic tenets of it is you need to be sincere. And the person on the other end has to feel that sincerity. So there's lots of stuff in that book that will help you. And of course, we need to be confident when we talk to these sellers. We need to know what we're doing, which this course will help you with. And you want to have fun and you want to make money, right? That's the end goal. We want to make money, but we want to make money in a way that we like doing. And if you like sales and if you're a people person, then this is a great business for you, because there's lots of houses out there. I mean, real estate is the ultimate evergreen niche in business. Everyone will always need it, so there's always demand for it. The values over the long term are going up. There's always opportunities no matter what is happening in the market, whether the market is after a period of crash like in 2008, 9, and 10, or it's on the upswing. There's always ways to make money in real estate. And the more you understand about it, the more you can take advantage of those opportunities. So that's an introduction to wholesaling. That's the attitude that we have for this niche. And we're going to go forward and learn how to go about being a successful wholesaler.